A wonderful time tonight again on the Mentors Show. Okay. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Wherever you're watching us from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching us from. You're welcome to the Mentors Show. Tonight, we have going to have a wonderful time. I am your host on the Mentors Show, Dr. Olushola Ajide. And on this show, we bring guests who are people that are outstanding in their own way, in their own profession, in their own calling, if you like. And from their stories, we learn to inspire us, we learn to help us to re-innovate ourselves, to help us to make an impact on this, in your community, in your country, or on the continent where you are from. If you cast your mind back in previous episodes of this show, we've had one of our guests tells us great soundbites like excellence is a moving target. In other words, that there is no particular situation in which you say, oh, I have arrived. You keep making changes to yourself, you keep reinventing yourself, you keep improving yourself day by day. And that's what this show is all about. This show is to help you reinvent yourself. This show is to help you become a better version of yourselves. Now, all of us have the latitude to improve. There's a place or there's something you and I can improve. And tonight, we believe through our guests we are going to also have tonight, we'll learn something new that will help us to improve and become a better version of ourselves. Don't forget, we are live on Twitch at Africa Coaching and Mentorship. We are live on Periscope at Africa Mentorship. We are live on Facebook at Olushola Ajide, my Facebook page. And we are live on YouTube. That is the YouTube Africa Coaching and Mentorship Initiative YouTube account, where you can watch previous episodes of all the shows we've had. Like this page, share tonight, invite family, friends on Facebook, follow us on Facebook, follow us on, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and just blaze the news of the good work and the good thing you are learning from this show out to all the other people that your family and friends. So it's going to be a great one tonight. It's sure going to be a great one. We are waiting for our guests, Mr. Maxwell Sangulani Chimbutso. Chikumbutso, that's the right pronunciation. Yeah. So, who is a very if we say in what we have been looking at in this show, talking about creative, it would not be an understatement. He is an inventor of repute. So we look forward tonight to have a wonderful time of learning. Now, give us your feedback, suggestions, things you want us to improve upon. Like we said on this show, we try to reinvent ourselves. So things you want us to improve on, let us know. Leave us a comment. You could leave comments either on whatever platform you're watching from, either on Facebook or on YouTube or on Twitch or on Periscope, or you can, just send us a message, or my Instagram, do a DM on Instagram. Give us suggestions of things you would like us to improve upon so that we can continue to bring value to you, our audience, our esteemed and distinguished audience. So tonight we're still waiting for our guest. Now, if you cast your mind back, some weeks ago I mentioned about one of the things that one must do to be able to reinvent oneself. I mentioned that one of the critical things this show is trying to do is to remove those belief systems that most of us have when we are growing up, and we still carry them around. We believe that there are some things we cannot do, or we believe there's some things that are just supposed to be, that, oh, I can't do that. But those things and those kind of thoughts are based on our belief system. And one of the critical things that is important for you and I, for us to be able to go to the next level, to become a better version of ourselves, is for us to remove those belief systems. And I think that's very critical, that we change our belief systems. It's important that we remove that in our vocabulary, that I can't, all those kind of sayings that, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. For us to reinvent ourselves, for us to make impact, there's a need for us to reinvent ourselves. So remove that belief system. Welcome, Frant Zavika. Welcome. Where are you joining us from? Tell us where you are joining us from. So it is important that for you and I to become a better version of ourselves, and for us to do those things which you are dreaming of, have goal of becoming. It's important we remove and change our limiting beliefs, remove those beliefs. Nami 7497, welcome. Tell us where you are joining us from. It's the Mentors Show tonight. We have a special guest, Mr. Maxwell Sangulani Chikumbutso, who is an inventor. Oh, Nami from Guatemala, Central America. Interesting. How are you? How are you doing? Great. How's your city? How is your city doing today? How are you doing today? What change, Nami? What change are you bringing in your community? What social problem are you tackling in your community? Because on this show, we inspire people to make impact in their community, in their country, and on their continent. So, what impact are you making in Guatemala, Nami? What impact are you making in Guatemala, Nami? Hey, our guest is in. Nami, tell us, what impact are you making in Guatemala? What change are you bringing in the community? Mr. Maxwell, just send an invite and then we can bring you in. Great. It's going to be a great show tonight. So just like our guest, Nami, you too can make change. You can put Guatemala on the map, into the spotlight, like our guest tonight, has put Zimbabwe, his country, on the spotlight because of his own inventions. Hey, our guest is in the house. Good evening. You're welcome, sir. Can you hear me well?
Hi, sir. How are you?
Very fine. Can you hear me very well? Can you hear me very well?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I think I may have been network challenge.
Network,
Just
yeah.
bear with me.
Okay. Nami says he's a
Minutes,
senior
but at least.
in environmental engineering, currently looking to create a social and environmental with BSF. That's great. Great work, Nami. You are going to learn great things tonight from our guests that will help you also to continue to make great strides in Guatemala. You're welcome, sir. Can you hear me now? Oh, Alejandro DVL also joined us from Guatemala. Excellent. So, Alejandro, how are you today? How are you doing? Each and every one of us can make impact in our community. We can all make impact. Yeah, I'm doing great, Alejandro. Yeah, and that's why we are here today. This topic about energy is so interesting. IDK, why people is not talking about here in my country. Well, we are going to be getting insight from our guests tonight. We are going to be getting great insights. Energy is important. Energy is important for development in any parts of the world. Energy is important. So tonight we're going to learn from our guests, Mr. Maxwell, about the change and how to bring that change. Perhaps Nami and Alejandro, you guys might be the ones that will bring the change to Guatemala. By perhaps by attending tonight's session, listening to our guests, you then might get the spark and get the ideas to go and bring and be the change that is required in Guatemala to be able to look at the issue of energy. Yes, thank you for the like. Give us more love, more thumbs up. Share the page, invite family and friends. We are live on Facebook at Olushola Ajide. We are live on Twitch. We are live on Periscope and on at Africa Coaching and Mentorship Initiative YouTube channel. Our guest seems to be having issues with his internet, but we'll wait for him because tonight is going to be a great night with him. Yeah, Nami. Okay, great. Send me both Nami and Alejandro. Send me a DM. Nami 7497. Send me a DM. Alejandro, send me a DM so that we can continue this conversation. So from what you're going to learn tonight, it says, do you invent the free energy? Well, our guest will tell us that tonight. Our guest will tell us about inventing the free energy tonight. You're welcome, sir. Can you hear me? Mr. Maxwell, can you hear me? Oh, he's left again. Interesting. It's going to be a great one tonight. Anytime when we are discovering wonderful issues. He said he's failing to get good reception. Oh, but we're going to sure have a wonderful one tonight. I'm just thinking on my feet on what should we do? How do we tackle that? The time here is 7:16, Alejandro. 16 minutes past 7 is the time here. I'm just thinking of what we can do and how to bring our guests in. So we'll still be waiting for our guests. We'll see how to. Tonight is going to be great. It's just. So Alejandro and Nami, do send me your email by invite. You can go to my register, join our mailing list. Nami, Alejandro, you can join our mailing list. Go to my bio. You will see the link there. Give us your details, your email, so that we can keep in touch. Go to my bio, follow me on Instagram, so that you can get more information, and then we can be able to connect you to our guests and see how we can solve also the issue of energy problem perhaps you might have in Guatemala. So just go to my bio on Instagram and fill through the link there, fill your details, give us your email and phone number, your email address and name, so we can keep you on the list and just get you informed of what's happening and how we are progressing. Yeah, Guatemala is in South America. Guatemala is South America. So where you have Brazil, you have Argentina, on the same continent with yourself. Yep, yep, yep. Our guest is having issue connecting tonight. Uh, we're seeing what we can do as alternative to bring him in tonight. We are sure going to have a great time tonight. There will always be a way out of this. Mm. I'm a sound engineer, but I'm very interested. Oh, great. Oh, Alejandro, you are 22 years old. Wow. So, okay, yeah, Guatemala is in the center, right below Mexico. Excellent. Excellent. So, our guest is having issues with his internet. These are another problem that any people can find solution to. Internet is a critical problem. Just like our guest tonight is trying to find a problem to fuel and to make cars to move without fuel based on frequency. The same way, connectivity through internet is very, very, very pertinent, and so that and to have a situation in which there is no interruption, as it were. There is no interruption, as it were, to the to the to connectivity, so we can easily connect to to one another. Like we'll not be having this issue that we're having with our guest tonight. So internet another, like we'll not be having this issue that we're having with our guest tonight. So we look, our guest is still trying to connect. Wow. My part, well, on this show, Maxwell, Maxwell is our guest on the show. We are the ones who invited him to come on our show. This is the Mentor Show where we inspire people. We have guests that come visit. We bring guests on the show that help to, bring about inspiration and help to show people how to make change. So Maxwell is our guest, and we brought him in tonight to inspire us, for all of us to learn from Maxwell's experience and to see how we can all bring change. So that is what Maxwell is our guest on the show. So just go to my bio when you finish and put your email in, and let's have, so we can continue this conversation offline and see what changes and what impact we can also help make in Guatemala. So that we can see what changes we could help bring about even in Guatemala. our guest is having internet issues. Interesting, isn't it? It's quite very interesting that 24 minutes and our guest has not been able to connect. We'll still wait for him. You see, in developing countries and developing parts of the world, the issue of the internet is quite still very challenging, and we got to do something. Somebody should be passionate enough to say, "Oh, I'm going to rise to the occasion," just like our guest tonight rose to the occasion of providing power, providing electricity through some of the equipment he has invented, and providing, he has invented a drone, he has invented an helicopter, he has invented a car that can that can run on radio frequency. So it's important that everyone needs to rise up to that seemingly challenge also, to help bring a change. To help bring a change to our various continents. To help. So we are waiting. I've communicated with him again through WhatsApp. Okay, is he trying something with his Wi-Fi? Yeah. The Wi-Fi issue is we'll wait because tonight is going to be very impactful. Well, interesting. Maxwell is now in my country. I am located in the United Kingdom. I'm here in the UK. Maxwell is from Zimbabwe, and so he's connecting from Zimbabwe. So Maxwell is communicating and joining us from Zimbabwe. Yeah, we continue to as monitoring on wait. Well, I want to. I'm thinking of Alejandro. Let me bring you live. Let me bring you up, Alejandro, and let's have a chat. So I've sent you an invite. Yay! How are you, man?
I'm fine. Hello, my friend.
Yeah, very fine. Great. Nice having you on the show. This is the Mentors Show. On this show, we inspire people, we help them reinvent themselves, renovate themselves, and make impact. So you told me you are a sound engineer.
Yeah.
Okay, how did you come about that?
At first, when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
I was interested in all that. It's kind of events,
Okay. Okay.
musician events, and then I realized that I like to be a part of that
Okay.
of that musician event.
Okay.
And I discovered that here in my country there's a career for that.
Okay, for that. Okay.
So I tell my parents and they say okay.
Interesting. Okay. So it means
I start.
go ahead. Then you started. You said you started. You told your parents. Then what?
They say that they like the idea. Then I called to the university.
Wow.
I subscribed to the career.
Interesting. So have you finished university now?
No, I'm the last part.
Your last part. So how many years? 4 years. So you are in the 4th year now. So within these 4 years now, have you done any internship? Have you gone to anywhere to do internship to look at the practical? Why?
Here in my country, yes, but outside, no.
Okay, but in your country, you've done some internships.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly in a theater.
Okay, in theater. Okay, all right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it means if you are giving if there's a live event, if there's a show, you can undo the sound.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us what.
Even like this, live, I know how to work the sound.
Okay, you know how to connect things to create. Excellent. Yep. That's good. Wow.
Yeah, and I hear of Maxwell like 3 months ago.
Oh, 3 months ago. Interesting.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, it's very interesting. And I told Nami.
Okay.
He's my friend.
Nami is your friend. Interesting.
Yeah. She's more interesting than me because her career is more closer.
Okay, to that. Okay.
Yeah, and when I saw him, I very interesting. I start to search.
Okay.
His name.
So you now went to search his name.
And now I'm here.
Now, and interesting enough that now you just saw it. So how did you know that he was coming on this show? Instagram. Did you his own post? You saw it on his own post.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so very very interesting. Now, Alejandro, this is the key point for me, or this is the starting point. You as a person, you are passionate about music, about sound.
Yeah, about sound.
about sound. You want to make people to have good experience when they hear sound, provide good experience for them.
Well, there's many type of work with sound because in the US they using sound to clean water.
They use sound to clean water. Interesting.
Yeah, and there's many type of uses that you can do with the sound.
Interesting.
One of them are in the music that everyone's know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot more.
So tell me, what are other things apart from we only know music with sound with music. Now you have told me that you can use sound to clean water.
Yep.
What other things can sound do?
Well, the sound uses pipes to move.
Okay.
And the pipes can move particles.
Okay.
So in frequencies, there's some frequencies that can move some particles and some frequencies that not. So they use some frequencies to move certain particles.
Okay.
The pollution particles.
Okay. So if there's a pollution at a particular location now, they put pipes in there and they release sound in them into those pipes, and the frequency will move some of the dirty particles.
Yep.
Interesting. So now back to you as a person. For you now, how do you want to use sound to help Guatemala?
Well, I say that I start with the events.
The events. Now, if you look at the event, is that music event or show, or if there's a gig or things like that. However, you need to look at, okay, what can you, apart from people just enjoying, problems that are in Guatemala, the issue of, we have mentioned the issue of, there might be the issue of water, the issue of energy, like Nami mentioned earlier, energy is a serious problem. So how do you now need to begin to think, how can I use sound to solve the problem of energy? How can I use sound to solve water problem? Many developing countries have issues with water. How can I use sound to solve water problem? How can I use sound to solve this issue of internet connectivity? For example, our guest tonight is in the country where he is. Internet issue is still a problem. So you must begin to think of solution to problems, bigger problems.
I will say that can be used with another solution like unit.
Okay, to collaborate, to put to
with I don't know, with chemicals or
okay, sound with chemicals or things like that. Okay, now you as a young person, you must begin to think of that as your life goal. So not just wanting to be able to establish and make sound possible when there's an event, but now to use it to the betterment of the society. To use it to better the society, to better the nation, to make other people's lives better, to make other people's lives, more improved. Now, look at it now for the continent of Africa. The continent of Africa, 1.3 billion people. The 1.3 billion people, more than 60, am I correct? More than 60% are not yet connected to electricity. So I don't know, is every part of Guatemala connected to electricity?
no.
Aha. So if every part of Guatemala not yet connected to electricity, yourself and Nami, who is interested also in energy, could now begin to think, what can we do to solve that problem?
Well, there's I when I think with that, I think that there's no one solution. There's many solutions for
Okay.
that.
So which of those solutions can you provide?
Exactly, and then I think which one I can choose and I can do. So
Yeah. So for you
there are a
coming
lot.
on this show tonight is that you from tonight you must choose one solution and begin to do something about it every day. So that by the end of this year, by the end of 2020, you would have advanced. And you mentioned the issue of collaboration, partnership. So if you talk about partnership and collaboration of technology or partnership with another individual, you already have Nami as somebody who understands who understands
Oh
what.
yeah.
Aha. So you can brainstorm together. You can brainstorm together. You can think together and say, okay, how do we solve the problem of energy? How do we create an energy, renewable energy that will be better for the environment, that will not impact the environment? So these are things, and this is what this show is all about. So is to help people, to inspire people, and to show people that there are other things you can do that can bring change to your community, that can bring change to your continent, and that can bring change to your country. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. So I'll let you go now. Our guest is trying to see. He's going. I'll let
Okay.
you go now. So thank you very much for coming on the show. I expect Nami. Yeah, I expect you guys to be a solution. So send me your email. Nami and Alejandro will continue this. Bennington Vivian, welcome. Rokito Ortiz, welcome. So we're still waiting for our guest tonight, who is having issues with his internet, and it's we already have a wonderful conversation with Alejandro from Guatemala about how he, as a sound engineer, can use sound to bring solution to problems in Guatemala, and by extension the continent of South America. So that's it's possible. It's possible when we collaborate, when we partner with other people, we are able to bring such change as we desire. So we're still waiting for our guest tonight. It's very interesting that internet is not helping but it's possible and doable that we are going to we'll wait for him tonight. We'll wait for him to get better internet. So these are part of the issues we are talking about, that there are solutions. Yes, Maxwell told me that he's changing his location to see if he could get a better Wi-Fi. So he is leaving his current location to go to another location for him to be able to get good Wi-Fi. So we'll wait for him. We'll wait for him. Thanks, Nami, for that. So we'll wait for him, and while it all often happens when we have guests on this show. Sometimes the very interesting guests, we have this kind of issues, but we always overcome, and still at the end have wonderful time. So Mr. Maxwell is a very inspiring person, and tonight we are going to benefit. We are going to benefit from his own experience, and we'll be able to learn from that tonight. And that reminds me, it's you could see that another problem I'm trying to solve, which I think I'm going to find a solution to very soon, is previously I used to play music on the show, but internet begin to censor some of the music. So I would need to begin to look for young people who produce music, and for us to show them, play their music on the show that will not be blocked by internet. Good music, that could be used on our show, so we don't have this quiet. Everything seems to be quiet. Okay, about myself. Okay, great. My name is Dr. Olushola Ajide. I have a PhD in management from Robert Gordon University here in the UK, and my research focuses on corporate social responsibility, or sustainability, if you like. So my research focuses on relationship between companies and communities, and how to solve problems between such relationships, like looking at the Niger Delta in Nigeria, where I focused as example. There were always problems between the companies and the communities. So my research was on how do we solve that problem? How do we ensure that there is no continuous acrimony or fighting between the community and the companies? So that's what I'm a researcher. Principally, I'm a researcher, and I mentor PhD students. I have a YouTube channel where apart from Africa Coaching and Mentorship, just my name. If you search YouTube, Dr. Olushola Ajide, you will see my YouTube channel of videos that teach people, for those who are interested in research, those who are interested in getting a PhD on various aspects and topics that could help guide them, to finish their PhD program. So that's more about that. Secondly, when it comes to the issue, because my research is on corporate social responsibility, here in the UK, I run some projects which is making impact in the community. I run an employability project in which we help people, we train people and help them to get jobs. So we take them through an 8-week course, which the course rolls on. After we finish the 8 week, we start all over again. We provide support to help people to find employment here in the UK. And I'm actually going to start a program in which we want to run that program globally, so that people can join online and we can, through Zoom, train people coach people on how they can find the kind of job they are looking for. So correct. Mining is, yeah. That's, you are very correct, Nami. The aspect of the aspect of yes, yeah, correct. That is what my research was all about, on how to solve that problem, how to tackle that problem. That's what my research is all about. So I'm a specialist in helping to tackle that problem, how to solve conflict, between communities and the community and the companies rather. Yeah, because quite a lot of challenges, are there when the minds are creating serious problems, and the conflict between the mine company and the communities, the hosting communities, is a serious problem. So Nami, you are very correct. That is what we're trying to do. So if there is a link, you can link us with anybody in Guatemala. I can help provide part of my professional expertise and experience to help solve those problems and issues in Guatemala. So if you send me since you are going to register, and we can see how we can, provide advice to perhaps maybe the Guatemala government, or the local council, or the provinces if you have, to see how we can bring solutions to problems between the communities and the companies in Guatemala. We are still waiting for our guest. He's still having internet issues. These are problems that we all must find a way of solving the problem. So I hope, Nami, you have registered, you have joined our mailing list, so that we can continue this conversation. I want to thank you very much, and Alejandro, for coming on tonight, and having this great conversation, which it has kept us going while we wait for Mr. Maxwell, the inventor himself, tonight. So it's those are part of the issues. So Nami, you stay in Guatemala. In your local community, what are the issues in that community, apart from the issue of challenges between the government, between the communities and the minery and hydroelectrics? What are other problems there? Yeah. So those are part of the things that we do. So when I'm going to do that global class of career, teaching people how to get employment, so it will be nice for you and Alejandro to also join us. It will be nice to have you join us. So we are still waiting for our guest. We told him we'll wait for him. Okay, we have rivers in the city that all polluted. Okay, environmental issues. Yeah, because of wastewater. Yeah. Is the unsustainable behavior of corporate organizations and individuals that causes polluted rivers. Like during my research, I found that one company that they just discharge untreated water, dirty, wastewater into the river, just like without being treated. So those are kind of the challenges that exist when companies are not socially responsible. So Nami, would you like to come on so I can have a conversation with you on? Would you like to come on? Let me bring you up for us to chat. I've already seen Alejandro, so that you can come also on the show and talk. Would you like that? Wastewater is a serious problem in developing world, even in developed world elsewhere, but in developing world it's a critical problem. It's a critical problem. So we are still waiting for um, yes, I would like to bring you on while we wait for our guest for us to discuss sustainability. I'm passionate about sustainability. Yeah, Nami, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good.
Excellent, excellent. Thanks for coming on. We are still waiting for Maxwell. I know it's Maxwell that brought you and Alejandro together, at least to come on this particular show tonight. So tell us about, you've mentioned the part of the challenges in Guatemala about environmental issues. Can you make us understand some of the challenges that are existing, that are environmental problems there?
Oh yeah, we do have a lot. Like the first one I already mentioned is the one of wastewater coming into our rivers that are all polluted and end in a lake we have here in the city.
Yeah.
Also about energy, we don't have like energy problems here in the city,
Okay.
but there are a lack of electricity in some rural areas of our country, so that could
Okay.
be a problem as well.
Okay.
And it's really interesting. For example, as we were talking about hydroelectrics,
Yeah.
as it's my major, I already read about all these issues. For
Okay.
example, sometimes companies say to communities that they want to like put a hydroelectric next to their river,
Yeah.
but at the end, the community they don't even have electricity. They will just like give them jobs, you know. Okay, we can help to build the hydroelectric, but at the end they don't even have electricity for that hydroelectric plant. So it's like, okay, that's not the real how can I say it? Improving of our lives. That's not
You have
real
just
investment.
you have just spot on and mentioned that simple. Now Instagram will time us up, but I will need to come back live again for us to continue this conversation. Um, let me end this one so I can save this session. Then please connect back again. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
will
want to
go
lose
out now.
I don't want to lose this video, so that I can share it to I can share it. For those of us on, we'll still continue. We are waiting for our guest, but it's very interesting. We are having a wonderful time with two very promising young people from Guatemala. We've been having a conversation on sustainability. Yep. So Nami, you can come back on now. Okay, yeah. I'll send you an yeah, and we are still waiting for Maxi impressions. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, sorry. Instagram was timing us. Instagram has this 1 hour. Uh, yeah, sorry about
Okay.
that. Yeah, because
No worries.
we've been running for 1 hour, and after 1 hour, Instagram normally times people off.
Oh, okay. I see now.
Yeah, yeah. So you could see the problem that you are mentioning about the hydroelectric company promising the community that, oh, we are bringing development to you. And you know why I was laughing when you were saying that? Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Uh-huh.
Tell me why.
Yeah. Yeah. The reason why I was saying that was because in Nigeria, when I was doing my research, it's part of the same problem happening. When companies come into a community, they promise the community that they are bringing development. They promise
Yeah.
the communities that they are bringing change. They promise the communities that they will employ their staff and their children. They will give them various promises. However, the jobs those people will be doing are just peasant laborer jobs, and the community's hopes are so high. They think that maybe their children will become managers in the company, you know,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
not possible. But that's not the point. The really point is the point, that thing you've made, that the electricity that these companies are generating at the end of the day, that particular company or community rather will not experience that electricity. And that is the change. So when you mentioned what is happening in Guatemala, I said, wow. So it means that these companies also are doing the same thing, because if you promise a community that you're going to give them electricity from their river,
Mm-hmm.
then it means you're going to do that. But if at the end of producing the hydroelectric dam, and don't forget, when you create a dam, it also cut off water for the community,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because the farmers will not be able to have water again.
Where they fish also.
Yeah, the fishes also will not be there again. Those who are fishermen and will not be able to have, or women will not be able to have that again. Those who are farmers will not be able to have water for their their things again. So these are part of the problems in which companies, when we talk about corporate social responsibility, that companies, as in as much as they are profit driven, must find a way of balance, of making life better for the community. Like now, you know the challenge also that is being faced even on the continent of Africa now. There seems to be a war between Egypt and Ethiopia, because the river Nile that provides source of water to Egypt, Ethiopia, where the river Nile starts from, is creating a dam for them to be able to generate power to bring about their own transformation in Ethiopia. So you could see these are challenges that are everywhere, and young people like yourself I think are the hope for tomorrow, in which you must think of solutions of how to solve all these problems.
Oh, yeah, I get you. There was an interesting case. Well, I don't remember who were the ones that brought the project,
Okay.
but they gave the project to the community. At the end, it was a hydroelectric community project. It wasn't just for external people like a company or private
Mm.
sector. At the end, the project was given to the community, and they have some of the actions of the project. So
Interesting.
that kind of project gave real development.
So that project was executed by who? By the company or by the community?
I don't quite remember. Probably it was an ONG project.
Okay. Oil and gas project?
Yeah, like probably UNESCO or ONU
Okay, okay, what? Okay,
gave
okay.
them money, but I don't remember that. But it's really important, like to know the real people involved.
Okay, so but the good thing was that at the end of the day, the community now has electricity, correct?
Yeah, they now have electricity and also sell electricity.
Oh, they also now sell electricity.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. That it's real development. Like they will be having also
Income.
jobs
Yeah,
and
yeah,
income. Yeah.
yeah. That I know that's very interesting. You are telling me something very interesting today because in my own research also in the Niger Delta, the the what I can come that came out of my research as a solution was a particular example of a community where the oil companies they make the community shareholders. So they give them a percentage of the money before once the money comes of the gross total of the takings. Once they get oil, the oil they got from the community, from the land of the community, when before they sell it, they take a percentage and put it in the community's bank account.
Really?
So yeah, so the community now has money to execute projects
Where is that?
in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
Yeah.
And what type of project was is also hydroelectric or
No,
what
no, no, not hydroelectric.
kind?
No, the electricity, the company pays for electricity for the whole community.
Oh yeah.
Apart from that, the company, from the money that the was paid into the community's bank account, the money was also used to uh, create projects, market stores, road construction, uh, welfare packages to the elderly people in the community, welfare packages, empowerment project for the women, empowerment project for the women, and quite a lot of things that they did. And with that, there is peace. The communities are not disrupting the activities of the companies. And that is the, for
Okay.
me, I think that's the, and which is this same example you are giving. I would like to know more from this, if since I will have your email, to know more
Yeah, I
about
will
that,
send it.
yeah, about that community, and see how that case study. I can do a write up on that case study, and we need this kind of solutions to show as case studies for people to learn, across the world.
But you know what?
Yeah,
There is a bad side of this story
was
because
it?
the whole case was presented for an anthropologist for me. He gave me like the chat, and he said that maybe this was a good project, but in the region there were other rivers that could have hydroelectrics.
Uh huh.
So when the other communities, not for the one of the good project, like for the ones that were nearby,
Mm-hmm.
they also wanted a project like that.
Mm-hmm.
So later in the time came other companies, but in this time it was not a community company project. It
Okay.
was only for the companies. So at the end, the other hydroelectrics that were on the other rivers were not good. Were not good projects. They had conflicts.
Okay.
So it was kind of tricky,
Okay.
like the very first hydroelectric, it was like to fool the people, and that's what the anthropologist told me.
Okay. Okay, okay.
I cannot say that that was a fact, but that was his opinion, and I was like, oh my god.
So it means the first project was successful, but subsequent projects were not
Were not.
delivering on what was promised.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Wow, it's interesting to know that we have not been able to get Mr. Um, Maxwell. I think we are going to reschedule this show. We are going to bring him back again on another day. We'll make serious arrangement and plans. So I want to thank you um, for yourself and Alejandro for at least keeping us company tonight and also sharing from your own experience. And we have learned from you, and we've made connection with you guys, and we can be able to see more impact of what will be done in Guatemala, by
Thank
virtue,
you.
by virtue of this, and to see all the good things. So thank you so much. Thanks, Nami. Thank you.
Thanks also for you to take the time to do these kind of conversations that are really meant to do something for the future of Africa.
Yeah. That's what we are for. If you go to my YouTube, my Instagram page, you will see previous conversations. We've been having this kind of a show since May, so we've had various guests on the show on my Instagram page. You will see previous recordings, sessions that we have had. So thank you so much. So once I get your
Okay.
email, I will shoot you an email. Then we can continue the conversation of how to bring change to Guatemala and to the continent of South America. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you.
All right,
Bye.
cheers, bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. We technical issues have has affected our guests who has not been able to join, but we are going to definitely have him again. We could not have him tonight, but however, it's been a wonderful evening because we've, established networks with one vibrant young people in Guatemala who have Alejandro and Nami, and who are wonderful, young folks who are going to be bringing change to the continent of South America. So, ladies and gentlemen, I sign off here now. We'll bring Mr. Maxwell back again. He's going to come back. We'll get internet issues fixed, and we're going to have him, and we'll still learn from his experience. So thank you very much. I'm signing off. I'm your host, Dr. Olushola Ajide, signing off of the Mentorship for today, the 28th of August, the year 2020. So see you again on our next show. Our next show, we are hoping to have a vibrant young man also coming out of the continent of Africa, all the way from the Gambia. Hopefully, if he's chanced, we should be able to have him come with us. But if not, we are going to still bring you a wonderful person. We have another person coming out of Zimbabwe. So quite a lot of great things are coming out of Zimbabwe. We have another great person coming out of Zimbabwe, among the 30 most Forbes 30, under 30, making waves in IT and IT development. So see you again on our next show. Bye.